Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Rules Horror. Story 1. If you see a file on your computer named seejpeg, do not open it and follow these 7 rules. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Why hello there, I hope you were having a wonderful day before you've laid your eyes on this message. There's been a strange virus infecting PCs. It's strange that no one has been talking about this, no news. No discussings online, no nothing. But relax, I'm here to save your butt from this virus. I have experimented and I know everything there is to know about this thing. However, my identity must remain anonymous. I don't want whoever created this virus to know my location. Keep safe. Alright, here goes. Rule number 1, don't even think about opening the file named seejpeg. Please. I'm trying to keep you alive here, and you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. If you have already opened the file or simply want to know what happens when you do, then skip to Rule 7. Rule number 2, don't delete the file, at least not yet. If you do delete the file without doing what the next rules are asking for, it will simply just keep appearing on your PC, making it slower every time until it either crashes your PC completely or it automatically opens itself. If your PC crashes, then you are in as much danger as if you opened and saw what was in the file. 2a. If your PC crashes and IR doesn't turn on again, then you are screwed. The creator of this virus will somehow obtain your IP address. What he does next is unknown. He could either do nothing, kidnap you, burn your house down. It's simply unknown what he can do. Rule number 3, install a VPN. Other than the seejpeg file, there is something else you need to worry about. You see, the creator is an active user of the dark web. He also has many alt accounts. If you aren't protected by some VPN, then the creator can also try to obtain your data and your IP address, but instead of keeping the IP address to himself, he spreads your address in the dark web for other hackers to see. And you know how many fucked up videos or pictures are in that site, but what if you end up in a picture or video in there? God bless you if that happens to you. Rule number 4, after you have installed a VPN, an entity that I like to call Fearless Maker will start to hunt you. It doesn't matter if you have opened the .jpeg file or not, it's basically a man who is on the .jpeg file who is presumed to be the creator of this virus, mixed with all fucked up things, stabbed with knives, barbed wire around his neck, eyes missing, tongue torn it off, etc. He will start to hunt you when you activate your VPN. Don't let him get too close to you or God knows what he'll do to you. Maybe he'll tear your eyes out and leave you bleeding in pain, or maybe he'll tear your tongue and leave it hanging. Whatever you are feeling, just get this in mind: he isn't real, he is just a mix of your fears and anxiety about this whole situation. After you manage to calm yourself down, shine a light at him. He usually only appears in dark places. It is unknown how he manages to interact physically with you, but for now just keep in mind that he isn't real. Rule number 5, lock your door. It doesn't matter where you are, just lock your door. If you hear scratching noises on your door, don't move and remain silent for a few minutes. It's the fearless creator, but he is much more aggressive. You will only be safe when the scratching stops. If you don't follow this rule, then an image of your face mangled and torn apart will appear on your screen. Fear this image, because that's what you will become in 1 hour. The catch is that you will remain alive the whole time. Even after having your face mangled into oblivion, you will be still alive until you either die because of saturation, thirst, or old age. Rule number 6, after activating the VPN and dealing with the fearless creator and the scratching at the door, I want you to go to this specific site called .jpegextermination.com, click the download button, boot it up and execute it as an administrator. It will then remove the virus ability to reappear for a maximum of 6 years. After this you can delete the file and proceed with your life like nothing happened. The fearless creator will stop hunting you down and everything will hopefully get back to normal. I still recommend switching from PCs and changing your password every now and then. Rule number 7, if you have opened the seejpeg file, you have doomed your hopes of surviving. once you've opened this abomination of a file there will be a picture, open it and you'll see your head and the heads of other people that open this .jpeg file on spikes. The picture will then become alive, a mangled representation of the creator of this virus will appear and smile at you, before a text appears on the screen reading. Marked until the end, your head is my prize, such a good gift for my hard work on this masterpiece. You will watch as this cycle repeats, your head, limbs and body mangled just like the others only because curiosity bothered you. Lord Sadler has granted me such power and now I shall use it wisely. Sleep well, goodbye. After reading this your body will start to contort in various ways, mangled, penetrated with barbed wire, knives and all kind of sharp, painful objects. You will be hanged up on chains, and you will be there forever until the end of time. There is a small chance that nothing happens and that the file is automatically deleted after you've opened it. I wouldn't risk. I watched loved ones have the same fate after opening this file, only I survived because of this incredibly rare chance of survival and I hope nothing of bad happens to you. Farewell, stranger, keep yourself safe out there. Story 2. Wildfires. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Emergency broadcast. This is not a drill. There have been several reports in your area of multiple wildfires. These wildfires have also been accompanied by sightings of tall, thin, and faceless. It is most likely that attacking the creatures will result in more damage due to what happened with the hands of God. Due to this, we have created several rules from what we know. Listen to this message. 1. If you have seen this creature, expect your area to catch fire. Leave your home and do not use your car. 2. Stay away from all flammable items or put them away. If these were to ignite, there is no hope for you. 3. Have firefighting tools nearby and handy. 4. Drown all small fires. 5. Obey local laws regarding open fires, including campfires. 6. These creatures are known to reach and grab like the hands of God. If you are about to escape your home, make sure to bring objects like the Bible. It is a better fate than being unworthy in the eyes of a creature. 6a. If you are unlucky enough to be titled unworthy, then expect to be stomped and torn to shreds by the creature. 7. Spread your family members on the off chance you or your family members are taken. 8. Leave pets as bait. Never bring anything with you. 9. These creatures show intelligence higher than the average human, tricks will not fool the creature. This message will repeat one more time. Story 3. Rules for surviving this universe. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. If you have stumbled upon this paper, that means you are in a different universe. We, meaning the few survivors, made these rules for any newcomers so that they can survive. It may seem like you're still in your regular world, but trust me, you're not. So please, read up on this page. In this world, there are nearly no humans. Instead, there are creatures, living entities if you will, that are constantly roaming about. There are 3 different types of them, and it's important to know them all. Entity types. Moon eyes. They are practically harmless, they just like to watch. Humans interest them, so don't be too alarmed if you see a disfigured, grey creature's eyes tracking you through a window. Just don't stare back at them too closely, that'll make them want to get closer. Blood crawlers, they're pretty rare, we've only seen them during blood moons. Blood crawlers like to mimic people, so try to stay in each other's vision to make sure no one's an imposter. If it's not a red moon, you're safe when it comes to these things. Also, try to stay in groups of more than 2. Only one of them will be in each group, and wandering off alone with one will just get you killed. There are a few ways to tell them apart from a person. Their pupils widen a lot when a bright light is focused on them, they are not burned by fire and lack any type of coordination. It'll leave once discovered. Demons. A very simple name compared to the rest, I know, but it's the most accurate. They are pure evil, and the most dangerous. They appear as rabid, humanoid creatures but with grey-purple, wrinkled skin. They have 5 sets of razor-sharp teeth stuffed in their mouth and wide, yellow eyes. If you saw one, they saw you also. They can make you hallucinate if you see their face, and you'll have the worst delusions of your life. I mean your family being slaughtered kind of delusion. And the stronger ones, they're the worst, it's pain and time distortion also. They will torture you for years in your mind, but in reality, only a few minutes have passed. You'll fall into a trance, and the only way to get out of it is to find a way to escape it. There have only been a few confrontations with stronger demons, so how it is done isn't very clear. Rules to survive. Stay inside until you have to run. With moon eyes, it's suggested to stay inside until they leave. For blood crawlers, anywhere is safer as long as you stay in a larger group. For demons, it's best to run from them. If you fall into a trance for too long, they will very literally rip and eat your flesh with their teeth. Demons can eat anything but prefer meat, human meat. If you get injured and bleed more than about a few teaspoons, stop the bleeding and try not to have blood around you. Menstrual blood not included, demons are attracted to large amounts of exposed blood, and it lets them know that there is easy prey nearby. Moon eyes are also attracted to blood, but most of the time they'll just stalk you. Do not trust anyone without doing a blood crawler test during blood moons. As stated previously, blood crawlers' pupils widen unnaturally when a bright light is focused on them, though a human's pupils will constrict when a bright light is shined on them. Blood crawlers also are unaffected by fire, meaning they can't get burned. They lack any type of coordination, so a small game of catch could tell between life and death. If you ever see 2 different types of creatures together as if they're partnering up, do not move, not even your eyes can move, and you can't even breathe. If you pass out or even die from not breathing, so be it. It's better than them seeing you moving. Even moon eyes will become aggressive instead of passive when partnered. If they see you moving, they will kill you in the most absurd, painful ways. Always remember that this is not near being like your universe. Remember your home universe. If you don't think about it for too long, meaning a week or so, you will become susceptible to comas. Yes, comas. They can happen out of the blue in this universe if you get too lost in this one. Before a blood moon, if you start coughing up blood, there is nothing you can do. Soon you'll melt into a blood crawler, a creature that mimics humans. It won't be a too painful death, but definitely will be miserable. Killing yourself before it happens won't help, it'll only speed up but worsen the process. But the one thing you can do is to hand yourself into other survivors, they'll deal with you after your transformation. If you look into a reflection and see a lot of tall figures behind you, act like you don't see them. They're not meant to be seen, and if they find out you saw them, it's instant death. You will always see them in reflections, so you'll have to pretend for the rest of your life. Don't mention it to anyone, and don't look concerned/scared looking in a reflection. It's best but difficult to try to not acknowledge it at all. If you see a black or dark green goo-like substance in any water, get at least a mile or 2 away from where you saw it. If it's bubbling on one side of the water, run in the direction opposite of that. Where it's bubbling is the direction the horde of monsters is coming from, the harder it boils the closer they are. The good news is that any demons in the horde are very weak. Stronger demons prefer to go off alone. And finally, never, with no exceptions, try to get out of this universe. Being here is where you're supposed to be, and messing that up will land you in a place worse than this. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.